Shen. The Eye of Twilight. An enigma to the spirit realm, as well as the mortal world, Shen belongs to neither. Although born to one of the most revered families of northern Navori, it was his father's role as the Eye of Twilight that set his destiny in the Kinko order. As the son of Great Master Kushu, he was immersed in the order's culture, and its core tenets were as familiar to him as the Ionian sunset. He knew the necessity of pruning the tree, the determination of coursing the sun, but above all, he learned the wisdom of watching the stars. He meditated and studied throughout his childhood, and was considered exemplary by all his teachers. His closest friend, the only one who could match him in practice bouts, was the young acolyte Zed. They grew up as brothers, often confiding in each other their personal hopes and dreams. Shen could turn to Zed for a fresh perspective on any matter, and the two became known as the Kinko's most promising students. As their skills developed, Kushu brought them on dangerous missions, including a hunt for the golden demon plaguing the province of Xun. Their search took years, but Shen stayed committed even after uncovering countless gruesome murders. When they at last captured the demon, it was revealed to be Kuda Jin, a mere stagehand from a traveling theater. Instead of execution, Great Master Kushu ordered the criminal imprisoned. Though he and Zed both thought the killer deserved heavier punishment, Shen accepted his father's decision. He strived to emulate the Eye of Twilight's dispassion, and so found himself failing to console a bitter and resentful Zed. Even when Noxian invaders threatened the peace of the First Lands, Shen reluctantly supported Kushu's inaction. But when Zed abandoned the Kinko to join the fight, Shen stayed within the temple walls. Many of the provinces were soon occupied by the enemy. Despite this, Shen focused on maintaining Aeonia's spiritual harmony. So it was, when he was far from home, he felt a jolting imbalance within the Kinko order. Rushing back, he came upon the survivors of a bloody coup. From them, he learned Zed had raised acolytes of his own, and seized the temple. Worst of all, Shen's father had been slain by the man he once saw as kin. Repressing his anguish, he led the remnants of the Kinko to safety in the mountains. Shen took up his father's spirit blade, as well as the title Eye of Twilight. His role was not to seek vengeance, but to rebuild the order. Following the core tenets, he began to recruit and train others, hoping to restore its strength. One acolyte in particular showed boundless potential. Shen taught the girl, Akoli Chomentethi, to master the arts of stealth and subterfuge. Her mother, Mayim, had stood alongside Kushu as the Fist of Shadow, and it seemed as though her daughter could follow the same path. Even so, Shen found himself forced to urge restraint whenever Akoli would seek to strike back at their mortal foes. When Noxus finally withdrew, many Ionians celebrated the victorious resistance. Others, like Shen, endured the consequences of war. He persisted in his duty, while in private he wrestled with his hatred for Zed, and doubt in his own ability to lead. The years of conflict had taken a heavy toll on the First Lands, and Shen was uncertain whether the rebuilt Kinko would ever be able to redress the balance. Indeed, even as Akoli became the new Fist of Shadow, he felt her beginning to drift away. In time, she openly denounced his teachings, and left the order. Shen meditated, watching the stars, and understood that Akoli would need to find her own way. And so would the Kinko. Sometimes, between unseen struggles in the spirit realm, Shen still contemplates the value of his beliefs. He has never let his emotions stop him from preserving tradition, but the question remains, how long can one man walk two worlds, before the acts of one destroy the other?